What's going on, guys? Chandler here. So this is another early access podcast. So if you would like to support me as a creator and a YouTuber, the best way to do that is to head over to patreon.com/Chandler Burton Entertainment. Again, patreon.com/Chandler Burton Entertainment. There is a $1 tier, a $3 tier, and a $5 tier. Joining the $1 tier really does help me as a creator. Again, it gives you early access podcasts like this. You can listen to it a week before anybody else. There's also early access reaction videos and polls and a whole bunch of other perks on the $1 tier alone. So again, if you want to support me as a creator, if you like what you see or like what you hear, again, patreon.com/Chandler Burton Entertainment. I also have a brand new song out called Defiler. If you type in Chandler Burton or Micah Eris on Apple Music or Spotify or YouTube, you will find Defiler. It is a really, really cool metalcore song. We worked really hard on it here. It's been blown up on TikTok and everybody seems to really, really enjoy it. So again, Defiler is out now. I will play a little clip for you guys here before we get started with the podcast. And I want to thank Ohrion Reacts so much for being my guest on the Chandler Burton Podcast. We talk about so many things. We talk about what it takes to do YouTube full time as a business. We talk about the ups and downs during the pandemic. Ohrion really opened up about his past relationship. So again, whether you're into metal and want to learn more about YouTube or just looking for like a mental health pick me up, I really think this podcast is gonna help a lot of people. And again, I want to thank Ohrion so much for taking time out of his busy schedule to have a conversation with me. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the newest episode of the Chandler Burton Podcast. Again, always remember that you are loved. And until next time, I hope you all take care, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
You're listening to the Chandler Burton Podcast. Turn it up to 11 and rip the knob off. This is Chandler Burton.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the newest episode of the Chandler Burton. Dude, look at this man, already hyped. Dude, that's why I love Ohrion, because he gets everyone hyped. Ohrion Reacts on the podcast today. How you doing, my man?
Cheers, man. What's going on? I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you today?
Dude, I am doing good. Dude, what's funny? It's funny. I always want to do these podcasts with these people, and I remember I did one with FYM Reacts. He's like, dude, Ohrion might be interested in doing it, and I left a comment on one of your videos. You're like, yeah, dude, just hit me up. I was like, whoa. This is like super sick, and now we finally get to do it. So I'm like, well, it's cool because obviously, I've been watching you for a while, and like I had a pretty small, sub count compared, to what is now, and I was like, hey, dude, like him saying that I could reach out to him, I just thought that was pretty cool because I know you talked about doing it full time and those types of things. Like, dude, it's cool that he made time to have a little chat. So thank you again, dude.
Honestly, I think it's important for that. And no, the pleasure is all mine. Like, I've been obviously watching you as well, see what you're up to.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that kind of caught my mind. And like, I honestly feel like I kind of took a little bit more notice to you when I was watching Richard Janvrin's reactions of him, because you came up and then I saw your video and you had like the little zoom ins and stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit, who the fuck is this guy? Like, that's what really caught my attention for that. And I'm like, and then just kind of like paid attention to see what you're doing. Not that it's like competition or anything.
No, for sure. Yeah.
But I really liked your energy on that kind of stuff and just seeing what was going on with it.
Yeah,
oh my God. I don't know what the fuck this thing's doing today.
We would have a little bit, not like technical difficulties, but it's just like camera stuff. It's just,
it usually does not do this. Usually it's fine with this. But yeah, like I was just going on and just seeing what you were up to, and like saw some of your TikToks as well with the screaming in the car, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking sick. Like, this guy can actually scream. Like, he's got some stuff going on. He's got his like Patreon and that. So it's really cool to see like an up and coming person like yourself, like just going at it and like actually doing the whole YouTube thing, reactions, and then using it. And from what I can kind of see is like leverage to kind of get your band out there as well. I don't know if, are you in a band or like, did you just sing in that band?
So it's, first of all, I want to say thank you for checking out the song. I know, no, you're good, because I know, speaking of TikTok, Bearded React, shout out to him. He reacted to the song. I know he put it in your Twitch queue. And I caught like the last part of it, so I was like, "Dang it, I missed it." Because I know we were supposed to listen to it today, and I was like, and I got the part where you're like, "Oh, we're supposed to listen to it on the podcast we're doing." But I appreciate you checking it out. First of all, that was super nice of you to, and at the end, your words were very kind, so that meant a lot.
Oh yeah. No, that was cool. It was a really good song too. So what's the story with that? Are you in that band, or is it just like a guest spot?
It's so right now it's like a guest spot. So it's essentially what it is. Micah is like. He's like a solo artist. The other guys kind of just like help him out and stuff, but he does like everything. Like he actually, and I'm pretty sure I can say this, him and Tyler Smith, he produces like I Prevail and like him and Fall in Reverse. They're actually friends, like him and the producer.
Oh, sick.
They actually text back and forth. So when you hear Micah's songs, they sound a lot like Tyler's production, like from some of the newer stuff that he's done. And so like he kind of gets like advice from him how to like make things sound really good. So Micah does like, he does everything. And so essentially, I'm just like a guest spot. We do plan on doing like a band thing, like, soon down the road. I have a lot of stuff going on this year and I need to finish school. And so I told him like, once I'm done with all that, we can absolutely like do something, like have a band name, go under there and those types of things. So it is coming, but it's just like, I told him, I was like, I'm almost 30 and it's like, I wish metalcore money would pay better, but it's like, I could like, my fiance and I eventually want to have kids. I'm like, I don't know if I can support kids on metalcore, not, at least at this moment. So the plan is to eventually make an actual band and do something with it. So no, that's awesome. Yeah, dude. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. The filer's been blowing up like on TikTok, and it's been doing really well. Like it got shared on the Space Untraveled YouTube page. I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, Space Untraveled. Yeah, they have some really banger bands. Yeah, they do. And I was like, that's super sick. So yeah, it got shared on there. It's been getting good traction. I actually see a lot of comments saying like, dude, I found the song on TikTok and now I'm here. I'm like, that is, it was so sick, dude. But yeah, the plan is to start something soon in the future. So awesome. Exciting. That's great to hear, man. Yeah, well, it sounds like you guys have some really cool things going on for yourselves. Yeah, dude. We have one more song. I am moving this year, so it'll be a little bit harder to record music, but we can still like make it happen and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, dude, I'm it's been great, and a lot of people told me that there's a couple of riffs in that sound like Wage War, and I just wanted to one thing. Dude, I was just listening to it too before I came on, and I caught it. Yeah, and I think it sounded like oh my god, what the fuck was it? I don't know. You can say what people are thinking about it, but no, you're cool, man. Stitch? Was it Stitch? Yeah, I think that would be. The melody of that in there. I heard it faintly, but then it switched up a little bit, and I'm like, I didn't catch it the first time. But yeah, dude. A lot of people are saying it sounds like Wage War. I'm like, that's sick, dude, because you and I have something in common. That Wage War is like our favorite band. So. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. How did Wage War become your favorite band? Because they're fairly. They came out like what 2015. They're pretty new. It's like, why are they your favorite? And I can tell you why they're my favorite too. Yeah, the reason why they're favorite for me, honestly, my girlfriend really introduced me to them. Oh, yeah. So I can't remember what it was, but there was a few songs, and this is kind of like how we started talking as well. Like we met on Plenty of Fish. Well, my fiance now. Oh, you and your fiance. It's weird saying that again. Pardon? Oh, sorry. You and your fiance met because of like Wage War? Is that what you said? Or? No, well, in a way. So we met on Plenty of Fish. I'm sure you know what Plenty of Fish is, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. So dating website. Cool. Man. And she had in her profile, she had like Architects, Wage War, and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I know who Architects is. I really loved the song Doomsday at the time. And we started talking, and she lived like an hour and 15 minutes away. And so we started talking, started hanging out a little bit. Really liked her. Loved the metal scene as well. So I can't remember what song it was or anything, but it had like a weird, like either an O or a blech. And I told her, I'm like, I just really love like those
call outs before breakdowns, essentially.
Yeah.
So she started showing me like Wage War songs, and then there was one that had like obviously like the river, the coughing blah, and
Iconic.
then there was one, and she's like, check out this one, and it has like a wha wha in it, and I was like, whoa, and it like blew my mind. And at the time, like it was still kind of fresh of me like getting out of a long-term relationship that I was also like married in as well. So we were like married for 2 months, and then I was out of there. So I was still kind of going through some shit mentally. Right. And she introduced me to Wage War. And honestly, that Deadweight album just really hit home for me at that time.
Dude, that's actually okay. This is actually really good conversations, because I was actually going through a thing like that. I wasn't married or anything, but went through a really rough patch where the girl essentially just kind of left me for someone else just out of nowhere. And then that album came out and truly, like, I don't want to say the word saved, because I believe that a person can pull themselves out of a dark time, but that album definitely helped. Deadweight. Yeah. That's why I think Deadweight is pretty. It's probably still either that or Manic are my favorite, but Deadweight means a lot to me for that particular reason. So I totally get that, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to, obviously see it now, and like how it transformed into like us being engaged now and being together for almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in August. So yeah, it's been crazy even for that. Like I went through a lot back in the day. Obviously a shitty divorce and stuff. I mean, it was still technically a good divorce, but like it sucked that it happened, but a blessing in disguise. But yeah, sold my place. I had a house out in the boonies there, sold it right before like right in the middle of the pandemic too. I was kind of scared of that whole like markets are going to crash and stuff like that. So I totally went that route of like selling, and then I moved into her place, and it's a lot closer to Toronto, about like 20 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so it's like really close in that aspect. So I'm like living from the sticks and then going to the city. It's it's a big change, but honestly, like I do love it out here for sure. But I definitely want to go back up to the sticks.
Oh, for sure, man. How was if you don't mind me asking, how was like, I know obviously it's 2023 now, but how was like your, I guess, your mental state of mind during the pandemic? Because you've been doing YouTube for. I actually discovered you through Wyatt. I remember you guys did the Ghost Inside pressure point reaction. Like, dude, like these guys are vibes, dude. So how was it for like you trying to get through all that? Like, I assume, were you full-time creating like during the pandemic? Like, was that your job, or did you have something else like at the time? Or
so before the pandemic and everything, and honestly, I kind of started doing this before the pandemic, or before anything really happened.
Yeah.
And I caught Wyatt and Lindsay's, their videos and reactions and stuff, and I really enjoyed them. The little dynamic that they had there as well.
They were great.
And oh man, they're so good with each other, and just a really cool vibe. So I think I like just reached out to them and kind of did like a little bit of a mentor like program with him and stuff, and just became friends with him along the way. But other than that, like, so like the pandemic kind of hit. At the time, I don't anymore, but I ran my own window tinting business. So I was tinting like vehicles and doing like car wraps, like vinyl wraps, changing the colors on them. Really? My background was like a graphic design background. So I used to also run my own print company as well. So I had like 50 grand worth of like print machines, laminators, vinyl cutters and stuff. So the graphic stuff just kind of came hand in hand with me with a little bit of this stuff, and like kind of set myself up. But even now, even before this, when I was in my last marriage there, I had a little bit of Twitch experience as well. My ex did it. I did a lot of the editing and stuff behind the scenes, and had some cool sponsorships to go out to like Japan and stuff like that with some gaming companies. So yeah, I had a little bit of a background before kind of jumping into this, and I'm surprised I even jumped back into the film stuff. I was never really on camera, but I knew how to do the editing, and I really enjoyed it. So I just took initiative and like saw Wyatt and Lindsay do their stuff, and then I had this big thought, maybe my girlfriend would love to do this with me one time, and still to this day we have not done a video together. But I don't think it will. She has a really she's really shy in that sense, but man, she is such a big part and a big part of this business as well, this YouTube stuff. Like, she takes control of all of our merch. She takes care of the store. She designs stuff. And it's really cool. And it was at the beginning of the pandemic as well that she kind of was using my computer to design some stuff at the time. And then she was like really stealing my computer. I'm like, babe, I got to edit. I need to get shit done. Like, I had to stop working for like a month and a half. And that's kind of what like took off like with the pandemic and stuff, and just kind of forced me into doing these reactions and taking it more seriously.
I love that, dude. That's actually super sick. So did you like enjoy doing what you did before? Like, was it something that you like doing, or were you like, thank God I'm doing YouTube full time because this is way better?
No, I did like it. It got me out of the house and stuff as well. I'm used to like just being out all the time, so being like cooped up in the house all day kind of it plays a number on people for sure. It's a different lifestyle and not what other people would actually think. It's very lonely. I don't know if you you really get that same impression, but
well, I don't say luckily, but for me, like, I do make some money doing the, like, I don't make like a I don't make like $1 trillion, but I do make, you know, some good money that does go towards my bills. But I do work, so I do leave the house like every day, so I'm not like cooped up inside. I will say though, and I didn't want to cut you off, but during for me at least during the pandemic, I was struggling. I claim to be an introvert, and I am. Like, if you ever saw me at a show, I'm the guy that is like in the back just enjoying the music. Like, I don't really get into the pit or anything. But dude, the pandemic was destroying me like mentally, dude. Oh, dude, it was bad. Like, it got to the point where there are days I'm just like crying. I'm like, I can't leave the house. I can't go outside. Like, I can't do all the things. Like, there's only so many video games that I could play over and over. I mean, like, I watch like every movie that I have, and I'm literally just going insane. So, like, yeah, it was terrible, dude. And so back in like 2021, when I started doing this, it actually really helped. Like, this gave me something new to do. Obviously, I didn't have the best equipment at the time and stuff, but it just gave me something else to do. So honestly, like, doing YouTube was a godsend for me, because now it's like, I can't imagine like not doing a video a day. Like, it's something that keeps me level. I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, it really
that's
helped
so
me.
true.
Yeah, it helped me a lot.
That's crazy. So like I get like doing reactions and stuff like that as well. And I think you were looking for a little bit of a different answer from me, and I wasn't quite there yet.
No, you're good.
But I like to talk though, so it's all good.
I love it, dude. I love learning. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Super cool.
I'm a talker, so like even when people have asked me as well, like, you know, how are you at shows and stuff like that. I think I did one with Alien Senpai and a podcast with her, and then she's very introverted as well. She's like, no, I don't talk to people. I'm like, yeah, I'm a social butterfly. I'll go out. I'm no problem.
No, I think that's cool. Man.
So yeah, being cooped up kind of sucked for me at that time. But when I did have my job, or sorry, my business, I was tinting out of someone else's window like fixing shop, and became really good friends with him over the last few years. And it was just really good to have him there to talk to. And that my girlfriend's still working full time. She works at a hospital. But the pandemic did ruin me in a way as well. Especially like coming off of a divorce, and then that on top of it, it really, oh man. It was something else, and I'm surprised I was able to pull out of it, to be honest. The reactions definitely did help. I did a lot of bike rides and stuff like that, so I did get out of the house. So I went out, and at the time, you could not buy bicycles for some reason. Well, because everybody wanted a bike to get out for exercise.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
But I finally found one and picked one up, and I got one for my girlfriend, so we started doing bike rides and stuff. But like every morning I went out and just went into the bush and just started getting like the fresh air, the exercise and stuff like that. And then what really helped me as well, and just to kind of like really help my mind and mental state. And I've said this out in public before, but I was microdosing with psilocybin. Like mushrooms.
Okay.
So I was taking low doses of shrooms, essentially. Never tripped out on them, just a disclosure.
For sure.
I'm too scared to do that. I'm too scared to fucking trip out on that shit. But honestly, it helped a lot. I did a lot of research and stuff before it. And honestly, I think it's really helped with my anxiety. I had very, very bad anxiety.
Yeah, dude.
To the point where I was breaking down as well. And just, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. And all I had really left was, you know, window tinting. So even at that time, I got a studio /shop closer to the place where I live now. And then I had some asshole like ruin my life. Not even so much like ruin my life, but like did some work on his car. And he put me through the ringer of, what do you say? Like he was like threatening me with like biker gangs and stuff like that, and like to the point where like I couldn't even leave my fucking house. He would just stay at my shop and like just wait outside for me and stuff. So yeah, I had like a massive panic attack. Had to go to the police, and then he got arrested and everything. And then like yeah, it was a whole thing, and like it just really set me off of like and I think I had a little bit of this conversation with Aileen as well, but like I had a problem with like even just messaging people all the time as well. So it just kind of like I was scared, like because he was making fake accounts, fake phone numbers and stuff from his computer, trying to get in touch with me and say, you know, like threatening me and everything. So it was hell for me. Like we're the point I lost a lot of sleep. But yeah, once I kind of got back out, like it definitely helped, and I'm glad that I pulled through. It's not easy, man. I condemn anybody that can do that.
And I wasn't, just let you know, I wasn't laughing at your shit. I'm just laughing. I'm like that.
Oh no.
No. I would never laugh at something like that. But that's just like, I mean, honestly, dude, like that's. I want to say that's actually, you know, fairly inspiring, dude. Because most people, they say like for me, I can't say that I've been through something like that. For me, I was just cooped up inside, and my depression got bad. Like it sounded like you really went through a lot. And honestly, dude, I appreciate you being so honest just right off the get-go, because it's like I love like, because obviously when we see you on the screen, you are an absolute like joy to watch. Like I think you are hilarious. I think
thank you.
You have really good insight on music as well. I know I believe you said you were in a band like a long time ago, and so I feel like that probably helped you with some insight with music. And you and I generally agree with a lot of the same stuff. I watch like almost everything you post, and I'm like, dude, yeah, you got good energy, you're really cool. But then you hear this, you peel back the layers a little bit, and you're like, dang, Orion's just a cool dude who just goes through stuff like us. And but the thing is, I mean, I assume, I don't know, you may have talked about that kind of stuff in your videos before, but it's like, I don't know, hearing that, you're just like, I don't know, dude, this guy's like a vibe. Like, he's super cool and honest, and I love that about you, dude. Like, seriously, I think that's really cool.
I appreciate it. Like, I want to be there for other people as well. I mean, like, I try to get back to all my my DMs and stuff as much as I possibly can, because like even when I was starting out, and I try to hold this to me to my grave. Like I just, if somebody reaches out and asks for help like that, like I remember you were asking just some help with like OBS or something like that. And I was like, dude, just jump on a call and I could see if I could help you out before work.
And you called me. I was like, that's literally the coolest thing. Or actually, and I'll say this too, which really made my day. I was like, dude, this guy's like a homie. It's like, honestly, my fiance and I, we do want to take a trip one day to like Canada, and I was like, dude, I will seriously go and just give you a high five or a hug. Like, I will make this happen. But I seriously was like, I remember I told you about the music video. My foot was hurting, and then we shot, and then you literally checked in on me and just asked, how's my foot? How's the music video? I was like, dude, that's like so cool, because you're super busy, and we'll talk more about like how doing this for a YouTube thing is like, you know, full time. But I mean, you are busy, and I thought that was really cool that you just checked in with me and just asked how I was doing. That meant a lot, dude. That really meant a lot to me. That was super cool of you. Yeah, it was super nice, dude.
So how is your foot doing?
Dude, look at that, dude. That's so nice. No, it's a lot better, dude. For those who don't know, I have a thing called gout. It just like it's like uric acid. Like, at least for me, to my big toe, and like it just crystallizes, and it hurts to walk. It feels like, you know like when you pull like a magnet off the fridge, has a little bit of that resistance. That's what it feels like when I have to lift my foot, but then there's just like a ton of pain. So I'm literally just like out of work. I just have to lay in bed all day, try to sleep. It's terrible, but yeah, they gave me these new meds that really cleared it up. So I've been trying to, this is my third time having it, and then I realized, like, I can't handle this anymore, dude, so I decided I've been doing a lot of intermediate fasting. I cut out, like, orange juice, I've cut out grapefruit, no seafood, try to cut back on my red meat intake, because that's all the stuff that triggers it, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lost, like, 30 pounds just like eating less, and like and
good for you.
Yeah, and at the same, during the pandemic, it was hard to go. Like, I go walking every morning. That's why I told you I'd be ready by a certain time, because I love to go walking. And so that's been really helpful. So I'm still getting there, but yeah, the foot's way better, and health is better, blood pressure's going down, feeling better. So yeah, it's working. So it feels good, man. So thank you for asking.
Good for you. No, I'm glad. Yeah, that can't be good. I used to know a guy that I used to work with. This is kind of like how I got into window tinting, but I worked for another window tinting company for flat glass, like residential commercial. And he had gout as well. And I kid you not, man, his leg was like this fucking big. Dude. And he was on morphine pills and everything, and just like almost like a tweaker kind of thing. And I saw him, I kid you not, like watching him try to like cut out the film in the window like that. Like, you see his fucking handshake because of how much morphine this guy was on. It scared to fucking drive with this guy alone to that. But like, he just put that knife on that thing, and then boom, straight line. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but
it's no joke, man. It sucks. It's really painful, dude. But yeah, dude, thank you for asking. I appreciate it, dude.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're doing better, especially with the walking and stuff, man. That alone, and if anybody's looking for any kind of way to get out of some sort of depression, I know it's not going to cure it or anything, but just getting outside and actually just taking a minute to think, it helps.
Dude, the best thing for me is like, and I always tell people this, because they're like, dude, how do you like stay motivated with like walking? I tell them like, I do a little bit of running. I also have this happened a while. I have an L5 herniated disc, so that's another reason why I don't go in the pit at shows, because if I hurt my back, I'll probably have to go back to the hospital. It sucks. It's better now, but walking really helps my back. But ever since I had that injury, the doctor's like, dude, just try to do some walking. So I just make a playlist of songs that I know I won't skip. That way I can just focus, and then I just... yeah, and so, like, for example, like, Wage War's on there, Fit for a King's on there, Era, like, a whole bunch of bands that I know that I'm not going to skip, and then I'll go for, like, 2 miles, and it doesn't feel like 2 miles, and then my thoughts just kind of... I just feel so good, and then I come back in, I do a YouTube video, and, it just starts the day right. And again, it doesn't fix it, but you feel better. It feels good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried or even looked into those cold plunges before? Like, have you seen people do ice baths before in the morning?
The closest that I've gone is like a really cold shower. But
I've done the cold shower things.
Yeah,
but to get into like a big tub, like I've been seeing like Joe Rogan and then other people on TikTok kind of do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've done cold showers, and honestly helps a lot, especially with anxiety and like actually like healing a lot of your stuff in your body as well. So
dude, it's crazy cool. Like I told this to Metalcore too, but I had a really bad addiction to porn, and actually I
wow, this took a turn.
I know, yeah, I know it's weird, but like I looked up looking up like a cold shower apparently helps like a dopamine rush. So I started doing cold showers because of that, and dude, like I haven't watched that crap in like 9-10 months now, so like
good for you, man.
Dude, yeah, so honestly that's also been helping too. Yeah, I know that was kind of a weird term, but cold showers helped me. Cold showers kind of helped me get over that, dude. So yeah, it's been sweet. It's been sick, dude. Yeah, so yeah, they really help. They really do help. So
yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Super sick. But dude, already I'm loving this, and I'm ready to like talk more about like again your journey and kind of like learn more about you. So let's learn a little more about you, dude. Like what do you like to do? Like obviously you said you like riding bikes and going outside, but like what are some other things like that you like doing when you do have a moment of free time? I know you're super busy. Like if you have like a few hours like just to chill, like what are you doing for fun?
Oh my god. I mean, sleeping? What I do with my time, that I mean it is fun doing it. I enjoy it, but like honestly, I'm still making TikToks on my free time.
That's awesome.
It's literally like editing, but like if I'm going to try to step away from that, dude, I don't even know. Like even it's so bad, and I know a lot of people know that I fucking hustle like crazy.
You do, man. Yeah.
But I do not take any breaks, and I know people are afraid of burnout for that kind of stuff and that, but like I think what kind of motivates me to do it, and it's very bad. Don't follow these things at all, and don't work crazy hours like me.
This would be a good lesson for a lot of people who want to get into YouTube. So
yeah. I mean, like it's as much as my girlfriend's a little bit involved with everything and stuff, but like even that, like I am so addicted to like this stuff. I eat, live, breathe, piss, sleep, like everything with this stuff. Even like if I get a minute to like, obviously I'll take a couple seconds to help with dinner and stuff like that. But I know I got other videos I got to get out and other TikToks that I want to get out because I know they do better at this time. And then I want to get more videos out. And then even sitting down and watching like a TV show with the girlfriend, like I feel like my attention span is just still like, I'm still in the comment section. I'm still doing this and that.
Yeah.
But like I don't even play video games or anything because like I'm just like I don't want to waste my time where I could be getting a little bit more forward with this. And I think my biggest fear right now, and I think it was just at least coming off of like my last marriage and that, it's just like everything. I lost everything in like a matter of like a fucking month kind of thing. So it's like I felt like I was starting from ground zero. So I'm like, if I'm gonna grind and do this, it's gonna be like right now kind of deal for the next like year or so. And then we've talked about it too, about having kids and this and that.
Nice,
and
dude.
I did have a vasectomy in my last marriage and then got reversed because me and my fiance now are like planning on to work on that as well. So it's like, yeah, I want the house. I want, to have a comfortable and, I want free time to be with my family. So I feel like that's why I've been so like grind, forget the shows and stuff like that. Forget video games. I just want to set myself up. So when this does happen, like I can be there for my kid, be there for my family, even though I should still be taking these little moments and still doing these things, but it's a bad addiction, man.
Dude, but like, I mean, it's one, at least, it's not like an addiction that's gonna like, it's not gonna like kill you or anything. I know it probably makes you tired, but it's like, I mean, honestly, dude, like, I completely understand that. I mean, because I think we follow each other like on everything, and so I'm constantly seeing what you're posting, and it's like, dude, like, it's for what it's worth, dude, it is paying off. I know we talked about it before, with like Ronnie with that TikTok, dude. I'm like, that's so cool that he acknowledged that. And I know like he's watched. I know that he watched your reaction before and told you to calm down on the edits. I watched that video, but like that's funny. That's super cool though, man. I mean, I know you're busy and I know you're probably tired, but when you see stuff like that, I mean, it's got to give you like that boost to keep going, right? I assume.
Yeah, when I saw that Ronnie thing come through, I was probably on the shitter too, and just like scrolling through my stuff.
That's me all the time.
I think my girlfriend was like laying in bed too, and I'm like texting her from the bathroom. I'm like, holy fuck, Ronnie just reacted to my thing.
Yeah.
On TikTok, not even just like on Twitch and like someone reposted or anything.
Yeah, dude.
And then, but it was crazy because I know a little bit of there was a little bit of pushback with that label, Epitaph. And all the reactors were. Yeah, I got I get emails and stuff from them as well. Cool. I don't do a lot of it just because they don't really release a lot. But like Architects and like Falling in Reverse, obviously.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Architects is on them too. And then they were saying to all the reactors like they'll monetize it for 30 days. So yeah,
how does that work if you don't mind? So do you just get that?
I guess they'll just like let it go for 30 days, and then I guess at the 30-day mark they'll put the copyright back on it.
Oh, so all that ad you gain, you just keep that for 30 days, and then that makes sense.
And then afterwards they keep the rest. So I mean that doesn't really happen in the reaction world. So I kind of got a little bit sour with that. For sure. And we all knew Ronnie was like promoting reactors, give him credit, blah blah blah. They are definitely the way of things right now. So I posted that, had it in my video, and then so I messaged him after like 5 hours of posting that TikTok because I hit like 2 million views in like a couple hours on the Falling in Reverse stuff. I'm like, can you reconsider this? Like, I know people aren't really going to go over to my video from TikTok and that, but like I am gaining more traction than your actual fucking video. So
you are. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was insane.
Yeah. I think the first day, I hit like 2.5, and then I think I hit 4, in the first day. And then the second video that I put out like a couple hours later hit 2 million. So I had like almost like 5-6 million views in the first day just with those 2 videos. So like, and then he reacted to it like a little bit down the road. And then his video of my reaction, his reaction to my video blew up to another like fucking 6 million views as well. Dang, so dude. Yeah, when I saw that, and this kind of goes back to what you were saying, like, it felt fucking good when that happened, and then even Epitaph even posted it up on their Instagram, like. Cool. Before even posting like Nick Nocturnals and stuff like that. So it's like I emailed them back and I'm like, here's the link, take a look. And then the first thing that they messaged back, they're like, yeah, we can definitely keep an eye on it. And they're like, by the way, your editing is fucking fantastic. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So the hard work and grind has definitely paid off. I mean, I'm sitting over just 3 years of doing this. Yeah. But I can say that it's paying off.
Dude, for sure. And I bring it up with a lot of reactors, which is fun. I remember watching your video, and obviously this is water under the bridge, but I love talking to people about it. I know I watched your video when like Finn McKenty made that thing about reaction channels, and you went off. And I loved it because I was like, dude, homeboy works harder than like anybody else. And I was like, dude, it's cool that that you're getting the recognition that, you know, that I think that you deserve. I mean, it's cool. The label's telling you, like, dude, your like edits are sick. I mean, that's huge, dude. That's so cool. It's cool when labels reach out to people like us and be like, dude, can you like do this? And they give you nice compliments and stuff. Like Sharp Tone, they reach out to me and they always say, like, dude, your energy is fantastic. Like, you were a lot of fun to watch. And that feels so good, dude. I was like, that is like what I've wanted to hear forever. And it just feels good, man. So yeah, I completely get that good feeling, but it's sick, dude. It's sick that stuff's been happening to you, man. That's super cool.
It is neat, and don't get me wrong. Trust me, I feel really good about it and everything too. It boosts my ego up a little bit, but I try to stay as much humble as I possibly can, because like that, the bigger picture is, and again, it goes by like, you know, where I kind of started with this. I wanted to find new music first and foremost. I needed to catch up back in my 20s just to kind of see what was out there, and then kind of getting a grasp of everything. But it's like, man, like there's so many smaller bands that are out there that definitely, you know, deserve that push, you know, that don't have, you know, the labels to help them get to where they need to go. So like now that I have a platform with a huge following, it's like I can get these bands heard in a different manner, and like it's just really cool to see that, I think, and it just makes me feel good, especially when I'm working with a band and see it pop off with like 500,000 views on TikTok, and like all the comments are just like, another banger, another one for the playlist. Like that is, and this is kind of like my freaking quote right now, is like, that's the true music to my ears right there. It's just hearing people that are like, another banger, another great song. Thanks for the playlist. You're filling up my playlist, and the shares that I get, the people that are messaging me and saying thank you for all the help and this and that. So it's really cool.
That's wonderful, dude. That actually kind of ties into the next thing I wanted to ask you, which you kind of answered, but we could dive into a little bit more. It's like, you know, like, do you think is that your favorite thing about like making reaction videos? Like, is that like discovering the new music, or like, is that the most important thing to you for bands to get discovered? Or like, why do you think they're so important, like reaction videos?
I mean, I think they're important to the degree of obviously getting new bands heard from other people. But the reaction stuff, like, is a big community. Like my, like, even my Discord and the people that follow me, and even people in DMs, I still consider them all part of my community, just my group, my circle. And it's just really cool to like just be friends with people with like-minded minds of like, hey, you know, here's another small band you got to check out. And then I get excited for it as well too. And it kind of sucks sometimes because like, I might listen to it maybe once, maybe put out a TikTok about it, but like, dude, and that's the downfall of it, is that I work so much at this that it's like, I don't even have time to like go back and listen to some of these songs. So it's cool that I actually get to put these, you know, these bands on other people's playlists and Jim's playlists and stuff like that. But I don't know if that really answers it, but like my favorite part about this is just like, I love the hustle. I love the grind. I like, I mean, like to a degree, and I'm not to sound selfish or anything, but like, I like to win. Like I like That's figuring fantastic. It out. I watch a lot of like Gary Vaynerchuk stuff as well. And it's like, and it's not so much the hustle, the grind that really matters, but it's like, I love the process. I love exactly finding out what works and what doesn't. I like finding different hooks. I like being creative with my thumbnails to get people to click on smaller bands and stuff like that. And when I see stuff like that happen, it's like, okay, cool. Like I can kind of manipulate the, you know, the keywords and stuff like that in a way to get a brand new band in front of someone that they're going to like. So I feel like I have a really good taste of music, put it out there for people, and they're going to respect and like, you know, take a listen because I put it out there first and foremost, but also everything else is cleaned up enough that they're going to be checking it out. Yeah, dude. I think it's cool how like you're mentioning all that. And it's like, it's one of those things where reaction videos are so important. This is kind of how I see it, where it's like, obviously we're not going to see a smaller like metalcore band. We're not going to see them play on the radio or anything like that. And you know, like we need reaction videos to like help these bands, because it's like at the end of the day we all love this music, and with someone with your caliber, I guess you could say, like what's gonna do is I think like people are drawn in with your personality. They'll see that they like the song, they'll check out the band, and then like if they like it, they'll go over to Spotify or Apple Music or wherever, and they'll check out the band. That's only going to help them. So I think that's why it's so important. I think the person reacting is also really important, and just like being honest with the music, whether they like it or not, it's still going to draw in
people. So the person reacting is so important because it's like you'll see yourself rocking out. They'll be like, dude, maybe I'll check out this song. Like he liked it, maybe I'll like it. And so it's just gonna help those smaller bands. And like I love doing a mix of like, obviously I do the big ones, but I do get a lot of emails from people saying like, we like your energy, can you check out this song? And I love, even though it doesn't get as many views, it still feels great to help out a smaller band. Because if one person see it, that's one new person for that band. And so yeah, reaction videos are incredibly important, and it's just good. It's good to listen to music, especially in your situation where you're so busy. At least you can listen to music, pretty often, even though it's not all the time. So it's kind of nice that you get to do that. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like it's just cool. And like, and when I do like re-edit it and stuff like that, like I really get into it then, and then like just adding my little parts of the edits and stuff just to make it a little bit more fun, engaging and stuff like that. And I think that's where I just kind of wanted to stand out a little bit, I guess, with everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I have a fun time doing it. And I mean, I do the big stuff as well, obviously. I think you have to. But the way that I look at it is that, it's great to hear, August Burns Red's new song, Periphery, and this and that. And the way that I look at it, too, it's like, I did Falling in Reverse, got a lot of views and subscribers from it. But now those people are going to pay attention to what I'm going to put out next as well. So it's like, boom, now it's like more of a bigger audience. So as much as I'm excited to grow and subs are great and, the follows and stuff like that, but what really gets me excited is just that it's just more people to introduce new music to. Yeah,
definitely. What do you think of August Burns Red's last song? Just kind of it's like 8 minutes.
It was all right. It was a long song. I mean, it was kind of repetitive in a way to a degree. I mean, I've heard it a couple times, but never went back because it's just too long.
Dude,
but it's August Burns Red.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If it's too long, I just lose interest, dude. It's just, I can't. I don't know. I feel like Richard Janvrin. Like I like songs between like 2 and 3 minutes. Like, and then I'm good. But yeah.
I mean, there are some songs that catch my attention for being really long. Periphery, but that's the thing. It's like,
Periphery.
It's perfect for my ADHD because like I'm like, oh, here's this, oh, here's that. It doesn't sound the same. It's like, okay, this I can actually enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the same way. Periphery, I think, does a really good job of like just keeping me interested, but. Yeah, I thought that last song was way too long with August Burns Red. A cool song, but I was like, dang, this is long, dude. I was like, it's just insane. But dude, so I definitely want to talk. We talked about it a little bit here, but this is like probably, I think, like this is going to be the really like important part because again, a lot of people have asked me like, like how do people do this full time? Because obviously there's the issue of like copyright claims. Obviously reactors don't. Well, at least with music, don't get paid a lot, obviously. And obviously we have labels that help us and stuff like that. But a lot of the time there's a copyright claim. And a lot of people message me like, dude, do you make like a lot of money? I'm like, dude, I don't make really any at all. Like, that's why I have to work. So I have to, you have to like be able to do the things that you essentially do. And I'm definitely excited to hear. And if you don't mind, please take the floor. It's like, I'm excited from like start to finish. Like, how do you like run Ohrion Reacts? I know your fiance does the merch. I know you do Twitch. I know you do Patreon. I know that some labels do the whitelisting for you, and I know that definitely helps. But it's like, if somebody came to you and was like, so how does one start? Like, so please, like, if you don't mind, like, share your journey of how you do this full time. And like, obviously you have to say how much you make, but how do you like make a living doing what you do? Like, because again, you're always so busy. So like, like how do you do that? I'm excited to hear all this, if you don't mind sharing. Yeah.
No, not at all, man. No. Like, I mean, I feel like sometimes I feel scared about answering this question as well, and I don't know why. Like, trust me, I want to help as many people as I can. So, like, maybe just being out here in public and just saying it's just kind of different. But, I don't know. Like, it's when I first started, it was just for fun. Like, it was just something to do. I mean, like, I think I started out with like the Falling in Reverse stuff, like. Monster or whatever it is. Popular Monster. Yeah. Yep. So like it was really cool to see that, and then I kind of saw the views and everything kind of come in right off the hop, and then subscribers. And it was just something to do. I was kind of at home a lot by myself, still working away, but like in grind mode. With my business, so it was cool to see that, and then I kind of started to see the growth from it. And then I got in touch with, Wyatt Stav, and he's like, yeah, start making a Patreon and stuff like that. So I made a Patreon, had a couple perks in there at the time as well. And, you do what you got to do to kind of get things going in that aspect. I didn't really do any of the big stuff that much in terms of like to go get subscribers and stuff.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, obviously, I did a couple of those things as well. The baby metal stuff helped as well, but I didn't know baby metal, so I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. But but it came in with the subs and everything, so obviously I was getting in front of more people, and that helps with the algorithm to a degree. You have a bigger channel; they'll push out your stuff a little bit more. I mean, It's not always the case. But going into that, like, I was making a couple dollars here and there with Patreon, which is great. Started introducing the albums reviews, which were, starting to pick up. And then I started doing the Twitch streams as well. So at first, I guess I was just saying, like, do a couple, free ones essentially to kind of get the ball rolling, tell everybody what I was doing. And it started to get fun in that aspect. And then I started, the $5 a reaction and stuff, and subscribes as well. So I don't know if you know too much about Twitch, but like Twitch takes like half your subscriber money. So like finally changed that up, and so like instead of the $5 sub, you only get $2. So it's technically like a $2 reaction. So I changed it up to only donations only. And then just kind of grew from there. People were always showing me stuff. I always had a lot of fun with it. And then kind of when I got back, like when I saw TikTok kind of taking off, I started like really, taking those clips from there and putting it on TikTok as content, especially with the Bless stuff. If I'm going to be fairly honest, like my merch is definitely one of the forefront of, how I pay my bills and stuff like that.
For sure.
So I take advantage of that, of like every bleth that kind of comes through, as much as I have a big reaction, but everybody kind of knows, if you do know me, I love my Bless. So it's like I get excited for them. I'll throw stuff around. I'll put hot dogs in my mouth. I'll light shit on fire.
Love
so
that,
it's
dude.
like,
love it. Yeah.
But it gets people going as well. As much as like, I wouldn't do that obviously listening to it by myself, because
of course. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the risk in that? But it kind of got to the point where like the sales were just kind of going off in that aspect, and then I had the hats, and then from there I just wanted to get in front of more people, build a community around that, and that's kind of what people were attracted to. So I just leaned into it more with the whole Bless stuff. I started off with like a series on YouTube, which I don't know why I just died off with it, but I call it the Monday Bless, like instead of the Monday Blues.
I remember
and
those.
Just showcasing the Bless song. So I was like, I didn't. So I just then bigger stuff started dropping after the pandemic, because bands were writing stuff at the time, so I didn't have time to go back into that. So there was all that as well. Patreon helps. The donations and stuff with Twitch obviously helps a little bit, but even ad revenue. I know everybody wants the ad rev, and as much as we have connections with labels, it doesn't make much.
Not at all.
It really doesn't. And people even say it, like I kind of like, laugh sometimes, but like I know they don't really understand. But like even when bands say, we'll lift the copyright and everything, it's like, dude, I might get 1,500, 2,000 views on it. I'm like, I'll make $3 off that.
Dude, I make 36 cents for my RPM per 1,000 views. So I'm like, I don't make anything. So it's like, it's really, really low. Yeah. It
is really low. And especially if you don't go over the 8-minute mark, and if you swear in it. And I feel like YouTube has been changing a lot in a way that like, it's even making it harder these days. But now they've also introduced the shorts, which you can now monetize on as well. So
that is, I know, cool. Yeah.
I know I'm really good with the TikTok stuff, so I'm kind of trying to shift it over to YouTube as well, and still growing my TikTok. But it's just it's been like an ongoing grind. I mean, even like I can be front and honest, like my YouTube ad stuff, I think like last month was only like $400.
Wow.
For the like 1,600 videos I have out on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah. that's crazy, man. Because again, you put all this work and you see that, you're like, oh, great.
I don't even really pay attention too much to the whole ad rev anymore, I guess. Like, even though I have like a connection with Sharp Tone, they're like, we'll whitelist your video. I'm like, fuck it. I put it out. I dispute it. If they get the dispute before they whitelist it, great. If not, it's already out. But like, I'm thinking of traction more than anything to grow.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, but merch is pretty good with everything right now. So
that's pretty sick, dude. That's honestly, I think that's that was the best explanation when I, obviously, you start out doing it for fun, and then you realize like this is a job that you love. Like, even though I know you do this, you eat and you live this stuff, but it's like you still love it, and I love that about you, because like some people will consider this a job, and some people will be like, dude, I just hate this, but it's like, dude, it seems like you really enjoy. I mean, listening to music for your job is pretty dang cool. So, I mean, you can't complain too much about that. So, but yeah. A lot of people say, I'm like, dude, like YouTube doesn't really pay much. So it's like, yeah, you got to do like merch. You got to do like a Patreon. You got to do like Twitch. You have to do those things to survive. If you're just thinking of doing it like just YouTube, like it's just not going to work, dude. Like it just, I would literally be living in a box if I did this. Like I would be,
you can't even live off ramen noodles or anything with all that.
I literally couldn't buy my 36 cents RPM. I couldn't even buy a pack of noodles. That's how bad it is, dude. So it's like, I think it's really cool that you're doing that. Yeah, please, yeah.
If I'm being honest as well, I totally forgot. Like I also do like paid band reactions as well. So I do have like promo kits that I do have that I offer bands. So I do have a ton of bands that just hit me up with emails, and I'm sure you know this as well.
Yeah.
But like most of the time, I just don't have time to do all that stuff. So obviously, I throw out there. I'm like, look, if you want me to check it out. Right now, like it got so bad where like I wasn't even paying attention to my emails anymore, because like I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep track of everything. So I actually have a big shout out to my like I call him my manager now, but he manages my my emails. So he'll actually go through and kind of like screen all the bands first, and if it's something that will actually be really good for the channel or this and that. I also have 3 other channels too. So like I get there's going to be bands that aren't like top notch quality and stuff like that, but if it's still a good song, like I still want to give them a the time and day kind of thing. So I have a couple options that I do reactions for, and TikTok promos and stuff like that, because I look at the way that all that stuff is. And I've been on my Facebook before, and it asks me, it's like, do you want to boost this post sometimes, right? Like you'll see that little ad thing come out, and it'll be like, you can pay $25 and it'll reach maybe 100 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So like, I mean, like I don't charge like an arm and a leg for band reactions, and half the time there's 5 people in the band anyway, so split that between like whatever amount that I charge, and then like it just makes sense, because like that one TikTok alone will pay for it itself, and then you're featured on the channel, and then you can use it as press or other clips that you want to use it for. So there is definitely a business aspect for it. I know it's not for everyone, and I think it's I feel like a little weird even coming out and saying that, and I get a lot of people will throw hate at it, because they're like, oh, how can you charge a band to to promote them when they have all these expenses? And I'm like, bro, first off, have you seen my editing? 2, I'm like, it takes me about like 3 hours or so just to go start to finish with editing and stuff like that. Then I gotta put it out there, keyword, thumbnail, good reaction, if it's obviously a good reaction, and then I'm cutting stuff up for social medias and stuff like that to help promote your band. Like I know how all that stuff works in a way that will get your video to take off, to get you more people involved, and then obviously the following helps with that too. So I think there is there's a couple of reactors out there that don't like the whole pay a reactor to do it, but I scan my stuff in a way where it's not like I'm just taking money to make a living. It has to make sense for my channel, and and I have to like the song too. So that's the thing. And then I pay that guy to kind of go through my emails, and then I have an editor as well now, which is game changing to kind of help me keep on top of everything.
That. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I bet that really helps to have an editor.
It does. So with having this and like kind of thinking of it different, more of a business aspect has been really mind changing as well. I think sometimes it scares me because of like what I'm used to of like tinting cars, and then going back into, this, it's like, is this sustainable for a lifetime kind of thing? I think that's kind of like wearies me sometimes, but like I love it so much I won't let it like fail in a way. But I have so much fun. The connections and relationships I built with other bands has helped a lot. So now that's just kind of allowing me. So like I've kind of leveraged my time a bit more, where I can have somebody go through my emails and then somebody edit the video. So I'll record it and do all that stuff, get everything prepped. I'll color grade it. I'll do all the audio, put it together, and then throw it over to my editor, and I'll pay him to upload it to my YouTube as well. So
nice.
So it helps in that way, and then I can get more content out. So now you'll see my feed in my YouTube will be like almost like 2 to 3 videos a day. Like almost 3 shorts at night, and then like 2 to 3 TikToks and reels every day as well. Yeah, it's nuts. And then I'll have Twitch on top, Patreon streams as well. Like, man, I don't breathe.
It's like one of those things where it's like how like you need more time in the day to do all that. You think, but then it's like, dang, how do I even get all this done, man? That's cool that you got your editor. I remember you talking about that. So congrats, man. that's so awesome that they're able to help you like get all that done. That's fantastic. That's really cool,
I was scared at first. I mean, like I've kind of had a little bit of help with some people in the community, and like I'm so nitpicky at that kind of stuff. But this guy reached out to me, shout out to Colin, and he's got like I gave him one. I'm like, here, just see what you can do with it. I'll pay you for it. Not a big deal. Just here. And he was just so wanting to work with me and learning everything. And he's using a different program too. But like the first video he did, I was like so blown away. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you also edit videos, but they're not like this. So I'm like, you kept it in the style of what I do and what I like. And like, if there's a couple things here and there, I'll just say like, hey, if you can for next time, just change this up. Not a problem. And he's usually getting out like probably like 1 to 2 videos a day for me. So it's really good.
Sick. Oh, that's awesome to hear, man. I'm glad it's growing. And again, like that's so cool that you took something that you love for fun, and now it's like something that you still love, but now it's like a business, and it's something that you can run. Like you are the boss, and that must be really nice too, dude. That's nice that you're in charge of like this business.
It's hard though. I don't like being in charge of things. I like doing everything myself at the same time. So, but like I also have a couple people that are out there just sharing my stuff all the time, and I'll thank them and stuff for it. And then like there's other people that that just love the Bleh Nation kind of cult in a way. So it's just a really cool community, and I have like a Discord manager as well. I mean, Emo Queen basically manages that, my fiance. Yeah. But like I have another guy that helps out with Twitch as well, Random Robot, and he's like, He helps out with some of the song requests that come through Twitch, and then same with my girlfriend as well. She'll put all those songs in, gather up all the requests, and make sure we have like a big spreadsheet for them. Yeah. And it's all in order. And then there's other ways you can kind of monetize with that. If you want your song bumped, it's an extra $5 kind of thing to get it in front of 40 songs ahead of you. So there's some cool ways you can monetize and build this as a business. Yeah. And it's just cool that I get to do that, but it doesn't happen overnight for sure. So I think that's where the grind came in, and just it made it worth it today. But it even took me just a bit just to leap forward with it. Right. But once I had Channy helping me out with these emails, man, like I was like, okay, this can work. So once we did like a couple month trial, and I was trying to keep on top of the editing and stuff. I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm like, I need a fucking editor for this. I'm like, I have all these big songs that have to go out as well. So like sometimes I'll drop like 2 small bands, kind of like the opener bands. And then like at the end of the day, like I'll have like one of the bigger videos go out, and then I'll promote and then I'll promote the smaller bands in that big video. So it's kind of a cool system that I have.
That's actually a good way to, I like that, where it's kind of like a show, a smaller band, then you do the big. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's actually a good idea. That's actually really smart. I'm gonna write that down. I've been taking a few notes of what you've been telling me about.
Hell yeah, so, do it, man. I think if whatever's helped.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I really like that. So that's awesome, dude. Now, with all this music that you have, I'm actually excited to hear about this as well. What got you into like heavy music? Because some people think it's such a niche genre. Like, why do people scream? Why do they gotta yell? Like, what got you into metal, dude?
Honestly, like, I feel like I don't even know. I mean, like, I listened to like a lot of punk rock stuff growing up. Yeah. So it was more like Blink-182. Right? Yeah, we played like even that, I was like 21 or so at that time. But like even my first band, I was in a band called Without Delay, and we played like
I love that.
Yeah, I don't even think it was my band name. I just joined the band. Yeah. But it was like All American Rejects, Blink-182, Boxcar Racers, Sum 41. We would all play. Yeah. Never really played any shows or anything, but other than that, like it was just a lot of fun at that time. But like I kind of fell into, from first to last when they kind of like that screamo emo kind of thing they used. And then once I started hanging out with a group from like I grew up with these guys as well, and then they started listening to like more like I think it was like Protest the Hero they were listening to, a little bit of Periphery before they had a singer, so I think they were like instrumental at the time.
Did not even know that, to be honest.
I think I don't quote me. I mean, this is going way back, but I just remember like listening to like that one Periphery song. It's like
I Carcass Lives or something. I think that's the one.
Something like that.
I think that's the one.
But I don't remember there being vocals in it, so that's why I think I go back to like why they were like a band without vocals.
Yeah.
And then never listened to them after that. So it's kind of cool to recap all this on reactions and that. But
for sure.
Yeah, and then I got kicked out of that school. I wanted to be like this pro skateboarder, right? So I never went to school. Just skipped classes all the time. So I got kicked out for skipping, and then went to a different school. And I think
it's pretty gangster, dude. I love that.
That's not gangster at all. I wasn't even a skinhead either. I was just one of those poser skaters. But I love skateboarding, so I was like, that's what we did. But we went. I got kicked out of that school. Went to another school, which I think like English was their second language. So like there was a lot of there wasn't a lot of like emo kids in there. So like that's where I was. So like there was maybe one or two. This one kid had like this blonde stripe with the red on the front, and I'm like, okay, cool. This guy is kind of like up my alley. Kind of hung out with him for a bit. He played drums, and then we like started like the music screamo scene, and then they started showing me like The Devil Wears Prada, After the Burial, Getty on at the time. What else was there? Protest the Hero was another big one. I remember I traded like my lunch for this kid's sweater that was a Protest the Hero sweater.
Dang, dude.
I wanted it so bad. It was like wavy from the zipper on the front. Like I was a super fan of them back in the day. But that's kind of what got me into the heavy stuff. And then I just, MySpace kind of helped with that in a way. And then I was in a band, and I was always that kid finding stuff on MySpace and like jamming earphones to people's ears and like air drumming everything to it, because I already listened to it like the night before and like, check out the song that I found. Yeah. So it kind of comes like full circle that now I can do this at like the age of 33.
Yeah. Dang, you're 33?
Yeah, I'm old, man.
Whoa, dude, you look super young. I thought you were like in your late 20s or something, dude.
Fuck yeah, thanks, dude.
Yo, you're welcome, dude. Wow, dude, that's what's up, dude. I'm 29. I turned 30 this year. So
okay, yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that either. I thought you were a lot younger.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
that's actually kind of nice. Some people think I'm like 23. I'm like, guys, come on, and I'm not 23. Yeah, 29, dude. So
I've had 25 a couple times. I'm like, yeah, and my girlfriend's sitting over there. She's a couple years older than I am. Like, yeah. Sometimes I'll still get ID'd as well, like especially when I like shave my beard a little bit more shorter. Yeah, they question things, especially when I go in looking like this with band tees and everything. So it's just kind of cool because I used to have a financial services background as well. So I used to have like
I didn't know that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to have my securities license, my life insurance license, and that's another business that I built with my ex back in the day as well.
Wow.
So like I used to dress up in suits, dress shoes, and all that stuff. Go all these conferences and that. And yeah, it's just kind of funny how now that I can go back to like the band tees.
Yeah, dude, those are the best, dude. That's super sick. Do you still skateboard?
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's like, dude, show us a video where you can kickflip, dude. That'd be awesome.
I don't think I have any of those.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, just some old show videos, but that's about it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
man. That's
it's fun.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm gonna ask you this too, because almost a lot of people that I talk to, like in the reaction, have either played music or been in a band. Do you think you could tour full time if you were like in that band, like in a band again? Do you think you could do it full time, like tour and do stuff?
Oh, I mean, considering what I've like seen over a little bit, especially with Ryo Kinoshita. Kind of stepping away from Crystal Lake and how long he's been doing it and how much it's like kind of wrecked him at the same time. I mean, I've never toured. I've done like a small like weekend thing with my band back in the day, but I mean, like if a band asked me to play bass and go tour for like a fucking month or something like that, I think I would have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
Especially just because where I am in life. If you asked me before I met my girlfriend, I'd be like, fuck it, let's go.
Yo, let's go, dude.
Just for like the experience. But I don't know. Like I see like even Tank the Tech, like he's got a family and everything like that. And he's going on tour with Powerwolf and then Electric Callboy as well. So like,
yeah, I saw that's huge, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So when I see that, I'm like, holy shit, man. I'm like, I don't think I could imagine just leaving my family. Like, all the power to him. Like, I know this is what he does. He's a roadie and stuff like that. So I get it. But like, just it's a different space, I guess, for someone like me. I don't know. That's a good question, though, for sure. Yeah. What about yourself?
Probably not. I don't think I could do it. I don't think. I feel like maybe for like a week or so, just to kind of have some fun. But I feel like being gone for like a month and a half, I just feel like that'd be too hard for me. I would just miss my wife and my future kids. I would just miss them too much. So I'd be like, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I just wouldn't be there, unfortunately, for like the people.
Yeah.
So that'd be too hard.
I think I asked Andrew from Carcosa as well, because he's got his girl at home, and then they own a house, and this is their first tour. So I asked him, like, how is it? Like, I mean, like, this must be a big change. Like, this is your first tour, even like, you know, maybe your 15th show as Carcosa. Like, he's like, man, it's different. He's like, I haven't showered in 3 fucking days. It's exhausting.
I couldn't do that. I smell the minute I wake up, so I'm like, I have to go take a shower. Like, I couldn't do it, dude. The bus would the van would stink because of me. Like, seriously, dude. Like,
especially with like 5 other sweaty dudes. Too.
Yeah, exactly. It would just smell so bad. So I for that reason too, I don't think I could do it. I just feel like that would be really, really difficult. But it would be cool to like play, like, I mean, Defiler, when we did that was we had like 25 extras. So Micah, who's the singer, he turned on the mics, he turned on all the instruments. So we played the song like 8 times to get all the shots we needed. So I guess we kind of played a show, and that was a little fun. That was actually really cool. That was good, but the thing is though, it's like I could go home after that. So it was like, I don't know if I could do it like every single, you know, day for like 6 weeks. I mean, honestly too, like I can scream without having it hurt, but I couldn't imagine doing it for like a month and a half. I think my voice would probably give out. I'm not that good. I don't know all the techniques. I could do it for like a little bit. It doesn't hurt, but I feel like my voice would be thrashed, dude. It'd be really hard.
I think it'd be really cool for that too. Like, as much as like there's other things I want to like do with my channel, I do want to get into the screaming and stuff. So like I used to do vocals and stuff back in the day. Like I loved doing the singing and a little bit of screaming here and there.
Sing? I didn't know that, dude.
I mean, I don't know if I can sing properly now, but I'm sure I could get back into it. And like, I think I have like, you know, a little bit of background enough to like kind of get back into it and maybe be good at it. I really don't know, but I live in a condo, so it's not like I can really practice and like record stuff here.
Yeah.
But it would be really fun to like, even, I guess like even just now as, you know, how much I've grown, it would just be cool to like even have these little moments where like, you know, I go on stage and like just do like a verse or something with Chris Motionless or like some of these other big bands. And I've been seeing some other creators do that, especially with Chris. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, for one way that like I thought, you know, I wish I could scream just to kind of have that little moment kind of thing. Yeah. So I mean, I think I would do it for that reason.
Yeah.
Bands come through here, it'd be fun to do like a guest blouse.
Oh, dude, that would be
just
sick.
To hype up shit, right? So I think it'd be a lot of fun for that reason. But
that would be sick, dude. I remember seeing that one video you posted with Jamie from Polaris giving you a shout out. I'm like, dude, I want to see you on that stage with Polaris, dude. That would be so sick, dude.
That was fun. And I'm surprised I was like even recording at that time too. But
what a coincidence. Like, you're like, holy cow, that's me, dude.
I started booing myself. I'm like, fuck that guy. There's a couple people in the other bands that were around me too, and I'm just like laughing at myself. And then as soon as he started playing, ran into the pit, and I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like, he treated me like I was somebody kind of thing. And like I don't think I'm anybody, but it was just cool to really have that experience. And like he it's not like he was like hiding behind stage or anything like this. And I've talked about this in my other videos as well, where it's like I really want bands to be out on the floor and have these conversations. I think it's very important for that kind of stuff, especially for someone like Polaris to come down and they're from Australia and, you know, just to meet or at least stand behind the merge table kind of thing. I think is very important and just have these conversations. But yeah, it was really cool that he was just hanging out with me kind of thing and like just making me feel like, you know, I was somebody important to that show kind of thing, where I've never had that before. It was right after COVID. It was the first show I'd been to in a long time, and a metal show at that. Like even with my past relationships, I didn't go to metal shows. So I mean, there was an odd one here and there, but that was it. So
Yeah, man.
to go there alone kind of sucks, but for him to be there and be like, yeah, fucking shout out to my boy Orion. I was like, whoa, what is going on?
So sick, dude. Yeah, man. I think it's cool. I love when the bands, like, I understand doing like VIP upgrades, but yeah, I feel like, they come out on the floor, just hang out. Like I went to go see, it was Wage War, The Plot New, Gideon, another band called Chamber, and the vocalist of Gideon was just hanging out, just chilling. Everyone can get a picture with him, dude. Like the nicest guy. And I was like, dude, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like I went to go see. Shout out to Tyler from Hollowfront. He got me into it was August Burns Red. We came as Romans, Hollowfront, and Void of Vision got us in for free.
Nice.
Yeah, met Tyler, met the guys from like Void of Vision. I was like, dude, this is so cool. Like I love stuff like that. Like I think it's really, really sick. So yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you got to experience that. Like I've had that a couple times as well, but I'm
Amazing.
like, it's cool to hear like other people like yourselves that are able to have those relationships with people.
Yeah.
And to get you in, because like it's just very awesome for one as a creator. I mean, if they believe in you enough that you're still going to do reactions on them and stuff. Like, we don't make much money on it, but we gain them a lot of like traction on that kind of stuff. So they definitely know it means a lot to them. So that's cool, man. That's fucking awesome.
It felt really good. And yeah, Tyler, you let me bring a friend, and he got us both in for free. And I was like, dude, this is nice. This is so cool, dude. So yeah, man. I just want to say, dude, I appreciate you so much.
Are we up for time already?
Well, we're getting close, but I
okay.
do have. So I always like to do what's called a lightning round. Like, so I just ask a couple of questions. You can go in depth as much as you want. There's a few on here. I'm gonna get rid of a few of them because again, you don't play video games. One of them was your favorite video game, but I know you don't play.
I mean, I could go there if you really wanted to. Like, I do love playing the Zelda games. I almost bought a Switch the other day just because I wanted and Pokemon. I'm a Pokemon guy, dude. So I almost bought another like a Switch again to play Zelda and Pokemon. So I'll pull up like emulators on my phone just to play.
We'll have to. I know you're super busy, but hopefully we can have another chat with, like, especially when the new Zelda comes out in May. We'll have to have a little. If you buy it, if you were able to get on, I
played the first. What was it? Wind Waker? Wind Waker.
On the with the Breath
of the Wild. Yeah,
dude, that is like my favorite game, dude. I put like, dude. It's like, here's the thing though too, like I love video games, but I feel like I would much rather do YouTube. Like I like doing that better. But when a game comes out like that, dude, I put like 200 plus hours in the Breath of the Wild. I just didn't. I got to the point where I cut people off. I was like, I'm not going out, dude. I played the.
I get that way game. Too, though.
It was
sometimes
so
like. Sometimes I'll play like turn-based RPG games like on my mobile devices. I used to play, and that's the thing. Like I used to be heavily into the gaming stuff with my ex. So like I had a really good connection with Gameloft. They sent us to Japan, but they had a game that like we were playing, and it was called Dungeon Hunter Champions. It's just a turn-based RPG that had a MOBA built into it. So I mean, I kind of like have a bigger background with that. Summoner's War, I'll kind of double back into it. I don't know if you know these games, but
no, I've heard of them. Yeah, I have a couple of buddies who play it, so that's sick. That's really cool. Okay, that's cool. Well, that answered the first one. That's pretty sick, dude. Yeah, right. I know you and I talked about Zelda before, and Zelda's like Zelda's my jam, and I'm pre-ordering the new game probably this week, so I'm really excited for that, dude. So super sick, dude. Okay, this is a good one. I asked Metalbird this as well, and I don't. If you don't have an answer, totally fine. But if you were not making reaction videos, what kind of content would you want to be creating on YouTube?
I mean, that's a good one. I feel like Metalbird would have said his fitness stuff.
He did.
Is that what he said? Yeah. He is. I was just with him last week.
I love that video, by the way, you guys did. The metal. I was like, man, I wish I could be there with those guys answer. Like, I knew a lot of those questions. Like, dude, I could probably answer some of these, dude. That was a lot of fun,
dude.
Yeah, dude.
We were like, we had so much to do too. We're like, yo, we're gonna do these reactions. We're gonna stay focused. I even text him like, bro, we have to stay focused. Yeah. I know we can go off in this. And then we hung out for a bit, had a beer, and then started doing the video. That took like an hour and a half to make, and then we just hung out and had pizza and just like talked till like 12 o'clock at night. So I was like, it was just, we didn't get as much done, but it was just nice to do that. I feel like a lot of YouTubers need that, a YouTube kind of buddy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It helps. And he's a really chill dude. Like I would go over there like any time of the day to hang out with him. It's just a lot of fun.
He's really nice.
But for content ideas, man, I really don't know.
Yeah.
That is a very good question. I feel like this could stump a lot of people. I mean, like, I'm not really into anything.
Yeah.
I think if I wasn't doing this, I would have started making content for my window tinting business.
There you go.
If anything.
Yeah.
So like I've seen a couple TikToks and that, but it would only be more for like promotion stuff. So it'd be like, target people around my area to get me to, to tint their windows kind of thing.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I think that would I've tried a couple of those videos. I didn't do that well, but it's I mean, if there was anything, it'd probably be that, or I would have probably got back into like a little bit more gaming, but it's just oversaturated, man. It's hard.
Dude. Gaming's hard, dude. Yeah, I would, if people ask me to, I'd probably do like a movie channel, like review films, because I love going to the movies. So I probably do movies if that was like another option. Yeah, I love movies.
I think that's a good idea as well, because I don't have time to watch movies as well. So
I try to. I've been working so much, dude. Like I haven't seen the new Ant-Man yet. Creed 3's coming out this week, and like I have to work this weekend, and then Cocaine Bear. I know all these weird movies.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude.
I saw the tour or the trailer for that, and me and my girlfriend are watching. And I'm looking at this. I just got up for a drink, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And this bear's just going off. And then she's like, "I have no idea." I'm like, "What is this? Cocaine Bear?"
And it's
Kid you not, never seen it before. And then the title comes up, Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
like,
it's
died.
crazy, dude. And then friggin' John Wick 4's coming out. So I'm like, there's so many movies I need to like catch. Like I want to go see. So it's like that'd be fun to talk about movies. But yeah, dude. All right, here we'll do this one, and then we'll give you some time to plug your stuff, because I always love doing that here. So, what is the best band that you have discovered through doing reaction videos, whether it's a smaller band or like, for me, I'll say it, and I know everybody says it, it's Sleep Token. Absolutely, I can't stop listening to them. I think all their music is beautiful, and I can't wait for
I was thinking it this morning.
Yeah, dude, like I feel like their new album, the new Sleep Token album, I think it's going to be, I'm just going to say, I think it's going to be the biggest album in the scene this year. It's just, I just can't believe how much these guys have blown up, so I'm excited to see how well this album does for them. I mean, literally insane. So for me, it would be probably Sleep Token would be my.
This is gonna be freaking hard, man.
Yeah, it is,
I mean, like I feel like there's a handful of bands that I just like really like doing reactions to.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the impossible question.
Or Palisades for me, actually. I really like Palisades.
Palisades. Okay.
Yeah, I just got into them like because of reaction. So yeah, they're sick too. I really, really like their stuff.
I'm trying to go through like my videos to see like who
you're good, dude.
kind of like recognize that I've like just fell in love with. But that's the thing. It's like I don't really go back. Okay, like if there's a really awesome band that I really enjoyed that I've discovered, I think would be Dexcore.
I've heard of them. Yeah, awesome, dude. Okay.
Yeah, Dexcore, Jaluka has been phenomenal to listen to.
Yeah.
Those have been a lot. Honestly, I wouldn't have listened to this band if I wasn't doing reactions, and that would be Slaughter to Prevail as well. And They Artist Murder. Would never have thought of listening to those guys before reactions.
Yeah, dude, good stuff, man. Like if I'm you and I'm more of a metalcore guy, but dude, like Slaughter, dude. Actually, Brandon Sacrifice is my favorite deathcore band of all time. I think they're phenomenal.
They're insanely good,
especially with the singing in it too. Like with I forgot the song that I forgot the name of the song off the top of my head, but I love the first single they put out. Exodus.
Exodus, yeah.
Oh, so good, dude. So yeah, they're like my favorite.
It was great. I love the singing in that, but I felt like the breakdown felt way too similar to
Lorna Shore.
No, to Demon King. I felt like it was kind of like the same pattern.
No, you're right. Absolutely. I love Demon King, dude. That song.
But it was a great song. Don't get me wrong. I loved it.
Absolutely, dude.
But there was a band that Kyle used to be in, and I can't remember what it was, but you need to listen to it.
Yeah.
I need to make a TikTok to it. I listened to it on Twitch. Someone got me to listen to it.
Yeah.
Mind fucked. I'm like, oh my God, his singing in it, it's just like, you would not be able to tell that it was Kyle.
Dang.
It's insane. I think it's like,
you have to send it to me so I can check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. As it Aftermath? I cannot remember, but no, that's a Ghost Inside.
I love Ghost Inside.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's a banger. I'm like, I got to make a TikTok to this because he left in it as well. And I'm like, done.
Yeah,
like
you're
it needs to happen.
Love it already, dude. So
yeah.
Oh man, dude. Well, dude, unfortunately I gotta get things rolling here, but I just want to give you like a few more minutes if you want to plug your stuff, and we'll wrap things up. I just want to say, dude, like, thank you. Like, you and I have been friends for a while now, and like talking to you now, I'm like, dude, this guy and I would vibe so hard if we lived close by. So I don't please, if you want to plug all of your stuff, dude, and we can definitely wrap things up, dude.
I appreciate it. I mean, like, I don't even know what to plug. I'm not used to plugging anything. Like, I've even stopped like plugging my stuff into my videos where I'm just like, just watch my videos. Like, I feel like I've like kind of pulled away from like the like this video, subscribe to this, go check out all my other shit. And for that, I mean, like, I do reactions. I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm Ohrion Reacts. I do metal reactions, and awesome. I want to get into different stuff as well. I feel like even just doing like these concert vlogs lately, I've been having a lot of fun with.
Those are
just
cool to watch. Yeah,
just to have like different, what's it called? Like just, different. I'm a video guy too, so like I've done a few vlogs before where I'm like, do you know the creator Casey Neistat?
I don't actually know.
He's just like one of the bigger vloggers and on YouTube. So like he does it in New York. He like rides this like fucking remote skateboard thing and does like tech reviews sometimes, but like he makes it into this very interesting vlogs with these different shots. I'm like, I really want to do something like that, but like in my own niche. So to do that with concerts is kind of like a new approach that I'm taking, and just to be able to go hang out with my favorite bands. But otherwise I'm just Ohrion.
I love
I don't have any plugs.
No, that's all good, dude. And again, I know a lot of people know who you are, and dude, I want to say thank you again for so much for coming on, sharing us your sharing your story with us, because I think, again, like, what I love about bringing people on and like learning is like, again, we always see the reactor, but I want to see like the person, and you really gave us a lot of information that I really think this will help a lot of people, whether it's like, getting over, like, trying to fight through depression, or if they're going through a similar thing that you went through, like a lot of pain, finding new music, how to grow a business, like if you want to do this full time. Like, we hit on a lot of things that I really think are going to help a lot of people, whether it's mentally or on a business standpoint. So I want to thank you again for being just so open, so cool, so funny, and just super honest, like, with everything. It really means the world to me, dude. Thank you so much.
No, it means the world to me as well, just even you asking. So I really do appreciate it, dude. I always have a blast on these. Sometimes I get nervous. I'm like, oh fuck, what are we going to talk about? But I'm a very open book. I don't think anybody should be hiding anything. I mean, I love finding new music, and I think everybody else does. And I think, like, if there's any word of advice I could give to people that are starting these kind of things, it's just kind of like, obviously stick to your true self. I think a lot of people can smell fake from a mile away. And people taking advantage of other people. Not that it really happens in like the reactor scene, but it's like, I just feel like there are people out there that, see people doing things, and it's like they kind of get a little weary about it. But other than that, like, I mean, I don't have problems with anybody. I try to stay in my own lane as much as possible. But I feel like still everybody's watching everybody and what their numbers are doing. But it's just cool that everybody's coming together and just chilling and making fun content. I think that's why I really like getting together with Bogdan and Metal Burb as well. I want to do more of that, and with other creators. Like, people have talked about coming down to Toronto, so there's supposed to be like a big thing. I think Tank the Tech is like trying to organize all the reactors to go to the Electric Callboy show in Toronto.
That's super cool, dude.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Well, dude, thank you again, Ohrion, for coming on, dude. I really appreciate you, man. And again, I want to thank everybody here for listening to this episode of the Chandler Burton Podcast. Again, always remember that you are loved. And until the next episode, I hope you all take care. My man, thank you again, dude.
Thank you. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.